an old pen that's been around since the
Yeah, that's when you don't know if you're coming or going.
Yeah, I literally, before she come up to drop this off, I just got home.
Okay.
And she just got changed. And this is my day off.
Well, I got one commercial time to make the donuts. I already made the donuts.
It said bye.
Yeah, because I turned it on and then I turned it
Oh,
off.
okay. I didn't
There's
know.
that Lana silver bar. Right in front of your, yep, it's just right now.
Yeah, this was supposed to be my day off.
It's supposed to be.
Didn't work out. Thursday, I gotta do it all over again.
And I could get the four, you know, the 60-inch deck was almost 5,000, and you could get it for 3,800 from them.
Yeah.
The caveat was they've got no warranty at all.
You already have a whole
So you're like, oh, so you're not really giving me an employee discount.
Yeah.
You are, but if something breaks, I can't take it to one of your many authorized dealers for repair.
Yep. So we tried a few of them, but the Toro was actually the easiest for me to get in and out of off the deck.
Yeah.
John Deere, the deck is so close to the wheel that it's really hard for me with my leg to kind of
Right.
get in there. So yeah, so he got me a Toro. It was delivered on a Wednesday, and I mowed the entire yard Thursday night. So.
Yeah. It goes quick.
Hopefully not much longer. But it gets that time of year.
Yeah, that's
Well, it's been 2 weeks since I did it, and I need to do it again. But it's more because the weeds are peeking out more than the grass is.
Yeah.
Did you, Spencer, did you take that?
Was there a big one?
I found that other company that's charging it,
I
so
believe
that's,
so.
that's
I'll have to double check it, but if so.
But they're both should be fully charged.
Why?
Come on.
Were you trying to think when you asked me?
Good Lord.
What is it, does it have you at 25 or 35 for garbage?
That's pretty much.
35 minutes, I'll take it off.
What's the deal? Taking stuff, Dave?
Yeah,
I'm telling you, can't find it.
it's terrible to find that out.
He figured since it was his last name, he didn't have to try that hard.
That's right, that's exactly right.
It sure would.
He was wrong, but
Also true.
Well, that's what the weather we had yesterday. Yesterday was warm. Since I did that road long with that one.
Yeah, you did? Well, I know we got another locate request for out there for a remark. So I don't know if that was them or OG or who, but,
When did you get that?
oh, yeah, last week. sometime.
Oh, yeah, they got that on them.
I think, yeah, that was when they were told in.
oh, I'm going to put on a paintbrush later. I mean, you could. out of your space here, Ryan.
Some people just think they own the whole thing.
And some, and some people are right.
I was just wondering who they were planning on hanging.
We were hanging.
Or the gallows out in front of the chapel.
That's what I had
There's a
said.
gallows in the front of the chapel.
I
Is it
said,
really?
yeah, well, there's, it's like a wooden thing, and I made the comment coming in, I said, well, what's up with the hangman's gallows?
I am on Survey Burner.
Puppy fence and a gallows.
I saw the puppy fence. I figured that was just.
I
That's for Spencer.
love how,
Yeah, that was in case Nathan got too.
No, I requested that for Spencer.
I love how everyone sees those and we all immediately think college, no one sees that they're actually for children.
Actually take that into
Well,
account,
they're
right?
they're actually like a smart with it.
Yeah.
I want to take it with us for when he gets unruly in the new building.
Yeah. Keep it nice and squared up, you know, smaller area, less.
Yeah, this little like.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's all the old farmers and stuff.
That's it.
That's right behind me, I think.
It's actually, that's where Perception's West house is. It's north. That field was
North or south?
the north.
So that field just north, and then Chuck's place is 50. It's like somebody just puts something under the table and
This is me, right?
draw me a different way.
These two right there, I'm
Yeah,
pretty sure.
back when it was, you know, a couple fellas to make that happen, you know.
North of him, property where you have.
No, that's 780.
780, that's
This
yours.
is north.
Yeah, this is yours.
Got a big blue garage.
No, we live on, yeah, it's me.
Yeah, right, so you're right here. This is New Perception's house right here. That road going up, beside you, some place. So
Okay.
this is that big bunch.
This is the backside of Mac's place.
So then, everything that's behind our back acre is still in town property?
Yes.
Like that, probably Mac had to take that out to have his fracking stuff outside of town.
You know, whoever owns this, it's like 100-some acres right here, they want it out because they wanted horses, they wanted to raise horses, a lot of horses. And so that's what they asked.
They opted out of the annexation?
I was gonna say, going across it, like this side, across, used to be, BJ, Bobby Joe.
There is a bunch.
Bobby Joe lived there.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of old oil equipment that sits right on the other side of the fence from our acre.
It's a good old boy.
Keep it down on there.
Trying to get it off before the meeting.
Or if you're gonna watch it, you can share it with the rest of us.
It's just my ringtone. Then somebody else has the same one, you're reaching your phone going, that's not my phone.
Hey, my old dispatcher when he goes crazy at the Christmas vacation when he gets the fruit of the month crop or whatever.
Yeah, we can't repeat that here, but yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Well, when you look like Santa Claus and you're standing in the Christmas aisle and your pocket begins to scream this entire rant. I took it off kind of quickly after that.
Okay. It's 6 o'clock. The Town of Tryon Board of Trustees, regular meeting, August 4th, 2026, at 6 p.m. First Baptist Church, 122 North First Street, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda, number 1, call to order. Number 2, roll call.
Jenny here.
Sean here.
Heather here.
James here.
Quarter gets started.
3, consideration action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes. 3.1.1, June 2nd, 2026. 3.1.2, June 9th, 2026. 3.1.3, June 16th, 2026. 3.1.4, June 25th, 2026. 3.1.5, July 7th, 2026.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't get home today until right around 4 o'clock, and then I had to hop on and make some phone calls. I have not had a chance to look at any, so I don't know if anybody else has had a chance to go through them.
Well, the ones from last meeting.
I had a chance to kind of just briefly go through it because I got home late.
I'm gonna try our best to get back on the schedule. Just looking after it. Just do our best to be.
We need to find a way that we can get past Tryon when we can actually get that going again.
Well, when we don't have 75 things up and not with
So I kind of was confused at the constant change of the layout.
I'm not for that one, but that's just how it gets uploaded on it.
There's no way we can, like we went from 1, 2, 3, then it's ABCs, and then it's numerals, and now we have just dots.
Yeah, it's
It's just kind of hard to, and then I did notice some of them, which I think there was, I mean, it didn't show where it said like so-and-so made motion, so-and-so second.
Well,
Is that something that?
those motions are on there. If you look at the bottom of each section, it'll say, like on the June 2nd one, that's at the top of the stack. At the end of the minutes, it lists the minutes, and then it says Jenna made a motion to approve April 21st, 26 minutes.
Yeah.
And table the others. All of the motions should be towards the bottom. Just like department head reports, it says Heather made a motion to approve the monthly department head reports. All of them should be on there.
I think it was July 7th. I remember kind of looking through a couple, so I guess.
The 9th, you mean?
I mean, I know we don't do a motion every time, but I was just making sure, because I thought it said like, I should have highlighted it. But one was like all approved, and it was like, wait, that's weird, but I should have highlighted it.
Well, there's one on like monthly claims, but there's like motions above that where it says each individual like
So this-
December,
okay.
December, February, March, and then down at the bottom itself has that where it says all approved, claims now current and correct. This is like a side note, but in each month, it has
It
the
is
motion.
still there. Okay,
Yeah.
okay. I remember seeing one where it was
No,
kind
on
of
June
like.
16th, if you look on June 16th, the
Yeah.
middle part, that's, it says all approved at the bottom, like each individual has a motion.
Yeah, I guess it just seemed odd, because I was like, I didn't understand that now, I thought it was also gonna follow through, because a lot of this new form, like I kinda like it, but you said it last month, it kinda double does, but in this case, I guess, it just seemed weird that it was on the first page, and then as you're reading the notes, there's no.
And I've had a censor look over it, to double check, make sure there's no errors I'm missing or anything like that. So that's something that I can also go through. I didn't want to, cause a couple of them had some corrections from the last meeting that I wanted to fix. So I didn't wanna go through, I just wanted to make sure the minutes were in the packet today and everything was where it needs to be as far as on the minutes. I can go back through and navigate to see if I can't fix the
Then
difference.
July 7th, did we not, we don't have the roll call and entering into executive session, should I fix that?
Hold on.
No, it starts, looks like it starts
It's
coming back from
yeah.
it.
No, there's two parts to that, so I could have just stapled them on in the right page.
And see, that's where it's kinda hard, because there's no numbers, so I'm like, if that would've been number 3, then it would've been like, okay, we're gonna find number 1 and 2. But it was kinda hard to flow from, it's like every
No, I
one is
understand.
just a little different, so it makes it.
Yeah, I'll get back on here with that.
I don't know if that's an option, that we can try and keep it looking like the same flow.
Consistent.
Yeah. That's all, I mean, that's really, I mean, other than that, there was just, I think there was one where like it was missing the word is, and I can't say much because.
If we're gonna go through and edit that
Yeah.
though and look back over them again, should we wait to, we can't really approve them and have them changed, can we?
Well, you can approve them with a side note, like you did the last time, about like moving forward.
With the correction.
Well, but you said you need to go go through and verify still that some of the changes from last meeting were actually on a couple of these.
No, everything's been corrected, because it was like spellings, it was changing like your name to Janet or whatever, we've already corrected all that. That's already been done. So as far as corrections, these are all done, it's just the layout that kind of was.
Okay.
The layout just not consistent.
I noticed there was a couple times where it was like a new bullet point. Half of the letter, help her teach.
Oh, I got you.
I mean, that's not really my, I just happened to see it, that person.
It's still sitting on.
Spell checking and grammar checking and, but I just don't know how it would real.
That was.
And I think the, as long as the meat is, yeah, kind of.
I'm kinda like with Heather, I mean, as long as the meat's there, if all we're doing is approving them and then saying, we're gonna go back through and adjust the layouts, and I wouldn't see that.
Yeah, like on July 7th, it's not a big deal, but the one where the page starts, brief update, just a couple of them that don't have the capital T, which, like I said, how critiquing we want to
Oh, you're asking the wrong
I
person.
know.
When it comes to data accuracy, you're.
Yeah, but that's, I can't. Then we're missing the word is on June 2nd. Secretary of State said that we'll look into this to see if it about is about what it is about. Anyway, I don't know how, but that was really like a little easier flow for the eyes. But.
This is basically coming off that chat GPT there,
Yeah.
a software like that.
Yeah, Wave.
Yeah, it's like,
Unless you've got somebody actually writing that we're talking about,
yeah.
I would imagine.
And that's most of the corrections that we have to make, is like, when if you accept Jenna's name, it changes it to Jeanette or whatever.
Janet.
Or,
That's
no,
irrelevant.
she's
Yeah.
changed it to Sean, yeah.
It'll change, whenever she says for some reason the recording thinks that Sean is the one suggesting all that, so there was a lot of removal of Sean for things that were absolutely not
Yeah,
things
do
you
like
said.
memorize.
Yeah,
Something.
it's a weird thing, but yeah, Jen is always Janet.
This is why we review it though, so.
Yeah.
That's exactly why.
That's why I started having to look at it so often. So it just kind of goes together and figure out that. But I like the layout of the June 2nd meeting.
Yeah, you do.
It just looks cleaner, more organized.
So what you're saying is you just gave us different options to look
No,
at
that's
What do
for
you-
layout?
Yes, that's what the purpose was. Yeah.
Gotcha. Then yes, I agree, I like what you were saying,
Yeah.
a little more bolder, a little more.
Well, and I like
Mix
where
things up.
I like where it has the each, you make
Yes.
the motion at the bottom of the discussion.
You're asking, like I said, I haven't had a chance to hardly look at any of these, so I really don't wanna sit here and, give a lot of opinion on it, because I don't really think that's right. To be talking about something I haven't
Well, I've
read yet,
abstained
so.
before, but I didn't,
Yeah,
I think
yeah,
that gave
so.
it to me and I didn't have time, so.
But I think to answer your question is that would be a good way to word something if you wanted it done that way.
Well, that's what I'm saying, it would be putting it in the position that it's just one final look over before it actually goes into the books, but it doesn't have to come back.
I think that would be
I
adequate.
think
wording.
everything was good.
June 1st, June 2nd, June 9th, 16th, 25th, and July 7th.
Okay, so the point one, okay, so I make a motion that we approve the minutes pending review for zoning and title corrections. Final.
And Heather
abstains.
James, yes. Okay, 3.2, approval of monthly department head reports. Police, fire, library, and green.
We've been working on, whatever, you'll be trying to out for the individual on the traffic we're talking about right now.
Hey, at least they're all trying.
Did we ever find out what was going on with that?
Executive session. Write something, write it, put it on, gotta take it off.
Yeah, they just crossed here.
So how successful was your summer program?
On our max day, we had 10 kids. We didn't have any days that had no kids, so that was good. We handed out over 150 boxes for summer feeding, so that's like 700 meals for kids. It was pretty successful, considering the place that we're in right now.
Smoother than last year's?
A little bit. I think it was a little easier to handle only doing like the 2 days instead of having like full weeks of activities. It let me have a little bit more control over getting projects ready and stuff ahead of time and having it set up for the kids when they came in. So, yeah, it was a little smoother than last year.
Good.
Now, the meals and stuff go out.
They went out every 2 weeks and we got 50 boxes.
So you did an average of 350 each time?
Roughly.
2/3 of the town. That's not too bad.
No, that's good.
Yep, it went well. Now we're just switching into annual report season because it's due on the 15th. I have to go review all of the library policy before.
I think we're good for the monthly report. Motion.
I move we accept the monthly reports for the fire department, the police department, and our public library for July of 2026.
Sean, say it.
Debbie, yes.
James, yes. 3.3, approval of monthly financial reports and claims, financial and claims for May 2026, financials and claims June 2026.
Financials, they're off in there, Teresa had to get back involved with the mess up, it's doing that sort of thing. I will be looking into, books, the desktop version, because I have way past this one. But her brother has passed away, so I might take her home and get back to this. She said she'll look at it.
Like I said, my only concern is just if we do go to desktop version, let's make sure we're keeping an extra copy backed up.
Yeah, I'll see, I'll check all this.
Some, we'll back one up on site and have a second backup on the cloud.
Does she have experience with the?
She actually does desktop, yeah. Teresa does desktop.
She's able to
Yeah.
convert it.
Alright, I move we table the financial reports for May of 2026 and June of 2026, as well as the claim reports for May of 2026 and June of 2026, until we have a chance to get our QuickBooks corrected.
And once we get that corrected, if it's before the next, we have a special meeting to get those approved, so we're back on track starting the next meeting.
I don't see a problem with it.
Just need a second.
Yep, Heather second.
Sean,
James, yes. 4, consideration of items removed from consent agenda. 5, public appearances, petitions, demonstrances, communication, and personal appearances.
Here's the utility side. It might be,
Well, I'm here representing James Curtis Jr. He's buying the property at 10 Birch. There's currently a 1971 trailer house in there that's completely done for. He has been given a 1994 trailer house, and I have some pictures and stuff up here, requesting a variance. He has got to be out of where he's at June, or August 29th. Trying to get this, and he was just given this Saturday. This is a new development to us. It is beautiful inside and out for a 94-mile trailer house.
And what is the variance you're asking for?
The city code states that no trailer house can be moved inside the Tryon city limits if over 10 years old without a city approved variance.
But other than that, it's the correct size and,
Yeah.
property.
There's already water there.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah, we're trying to get the water turned on. She's gonna get me a copy of the stuff so I can take it to him. I've actually got a copy of his driver's license in that packet. He's a vet, so done 3 tours over in Iraq.
He has called and talked to the utility department about getting utilities cut on over there, so.
Now, in the pictures that are in this, are they where it's currently residing?
Yes. It's just east of Stillwater on private land.
Gotcha. So basically, you're gonna haul out the old one.
And move this one into its location. There's really nothing I want to change other than way better. He's purchasing this land from me. We just hadn't got that far yet. He's actually my brother-in-law.
Gotcha.
He
It is right, for a 94 it is.
The cabinets are.
That's the lot that was, one that was getting ripped apart.
Yes. One kind of corner from the utility shed.
Straight across.
Okay,
I was straight across
thinking the
from-
one that,
Oh, no, not where
Oh,
the
no,
chain
no,
link
no.
fence is, no.
where it was, yeah, where the old lady's house got.
But we got Stephanie and him out. He hadn't paid rent in over 3 months.
I got you.
Yeah.
I was thinking the other side. I was like, there ain't much left to pull out but a pile of junk. I forgot about that one, actually.
It was so grown up for a while and you couldn't see it.
Well, who's got the one on
Okay, there's that house on the corner, and then the pink house. He's actually in Old Folks Home right now. And then her parents, Stephen and Paul Stallings, has the double wide factor on the backside. So y'all give them a variance to put that double wide.
The one that's going east and west right there on the corner?
Yeah.
They moved it from.
I've never seen it.
they moved it from-
No, they started remodeling it, and the guy that was helping them, health problems, and they split them. It's actually really nice on the inside. They've already got all new sheetrock,
A little bit of the
everything in
skirting
it.
missing on it, other than that, I see the car there a couple times.
Yeah, Stephen's actually having some parking problems. He hasn't been really active either.
I'm wondering if anybody was even in it, so that.
There's nobody living in it, no.
That answers that question.
Anybody have any
Yeah.
further conversation about it? I move that we allow the variance for the trailer park to be moved in under the condition that it's moved in as the pictures show.
Heather seconds.
Sean, yes.
Just make sure that the skirting and stuff gets up.
We're putting new, the plan is, we actually got a plan of action in there that says we're gonna put new tent skirt. It's got that plastic.
Yeah,
skirt.
plastic. James, yes.
He's not even gonna start paying for the property until he gets all set up. He's paying, he's got a 1-bedroom apartment still with a company's rent again, $890 per month, plus bills. And I'm like, you can buy that land for way less than that. In 10 months, you can almost pay it off. Y'all keep that?
Okay.
So, I do have a copy of his driver's license down there for to get the water turned on stuff, or she's gonna give me a paper, and I'll take it and sign it.
I would think it would probably be a good idea that it kind of, each stage of installation be somewhat inspected.
It's not been done that way in the
Are you
past.
volunteering?
Well, I'm just saying, just kind of saying, okay, yeah. this
We're
is-
gonna pull that old one out, we're gonna grab box blade that place down, because we had a bunch of dogs and stuff, and they.
Well, that's what I'm saying, just kind of document
Yeah.
your stages of it, so that if any questions.
This
come up-
this may all happen in 1 week.
Okay.
Because we're on a really short notice.
Yeah, not that we necessarily, but like I said, just make sure you kind of document each stage.
Yeah.
So if any questions ever come up later on, hey, this was done, this was done, this was done.
Yeah.
What weekend are you planning to do this?
We're hoping, if we get everything done, we're gonna pull the old one out this weekend and get the property cleaned up and left. And then it shouldn't take us very long at all to actually put on the other one and move it. It may take us a few days to get it leveled and stuff, but again, he's gotta be out of where he's at the 29th, so it's gonna happen pretty fast.
Okay.
Good luck.
Good.
All righty.
Have fun. Any more public appearances?
Is it okay? My name is Kimberly Adams, and Kenneth Korn was here before to talk about the franchise, and he abandoned us. So now you've got me for at least for a little while. And I just wanted to make sure there wasn't any questions on the upcoming franchise agreement, if anybody has any concerns. And then I wanted y'all to meet me, and I wanted to meet you. So that's really why I'm here. And is everyone?
I think the only question I had is, we were wondering about because OG&E is paying for this election.
Yes. Yeah.
Are you guys okay if we add a couple things to the ballot on top of that, or is that something that you guys would not want to have on the ballot for this?
No, I think it would probably depend what it is. We're
Have you
there's.
guys because you asked Kenneth some
Yeah,
of those
Jen was
questions.
gonna check and get back to us.
And the only reason that I had, well, one, I don't even know if you have enough time left.
Yeah, that's my concern.
Yeah, is it, I can't remember the time frame on it.
The only thing I know is that we have to inform the election board that we want to have a special election 60 days prior to the election. I
Right.
don't know what the time limit is for putting stuff onto it, though. I don't know if any of you guys know.
But isn't this election August 25th?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I was never given like a definitive date or whatever, like the date itself. Yeah, when Kenneth has been here a couple times and we were waiting on him to kind of get back with us.
Can I run out to I've got the paperwork, give me like 5
No,
seconds,
go
and I'll
ahead.
write return, let me make sure. I should have brought it in with me and I didn't even think about it.
So did you move on to other things within the
I just
company?
think it's up around Tulsa, what he was from Tulsa, but I don't know if it's with the company or something else.
She said abandon us, so I'm gonna assume no.
That was kind of the gist of it.
Yeah. Just let them come out. Yep.
There's a couple times I can with him, but I didn't get to that, so I'm just like.
That was my plan.
Yeah, that sounds like a peace out to me.
Changing that today?
Not necessarily.
My what?
Might not have been his decision. It might be one of those things where he turned in his 2-week notice and they said, okay.
Where there was no notice. Here's the notice. Tomorrow you'll notice you don't.
You'll notice you ain't here.
Or you'll notice that I won't.
Yeah.
Every time I take a day off of work, I come back and we get emails that everyone's terminated. It's like,
Checking to make sure you're not on this.
every time I take a day off, someone gets terminated.
You know, there's a way to stop that, then, don't you?
Yeah, go for it.
I know.
I've had that a few times where I've come back and they pulled me off of the truck, and I'm like trying to lag it, like fired, somebody told me. Yeah, really. You want to put me right on there?
Yes, this election is August 25th. Yes.
You won't be just no
And there will be some mailers that will start hitting everyone's mailboxes. I think there's either 3 or 4. And the purpose of the mailers is to try to better explain what the franchise election is about. Because election only happens every 25 years. And just to maybe give you just a little bit of a recap. This is required by the Oklahoma Constitution from 1907. I think it's a little outdated, but that's a whole nother story that for another time. And we're required to have a municipality that we serve. We're required to have this agreement in place so that we can get into your easements 24/7, no matter what. So just as a reminder, that's what it doesn't address anything else. It's just about that access in the case of storms and emergencies. So that's what it's about. And if you hear of anything, or you think, are you Brittney?
Yes.
Okay, all right. If you hear of anything, or you feel like I need to talk to other people before the election, or anything like that, just to clarify some things, please reach out to Brittney, and she can get a hold of me, and I'll do whatever is necessary.
Is there any way we can get a copy of that mailer before it starts hitting people's mailbox for us to post online?
Probably. Let me just check on it. And are you? Who are you?
My name is Jenna, so I'm one of the board members. So Brittany's the one who we actually
Yes,
contacted.
okay, yes.
I'm one of the 5 trustees.
Yes, I will make a note. This is how I'm trying to be a young person, even though I'm not. So I'm gonna, Brittney, I will check. I think I can get the actual, just like PDF versions, because they're just gonna be like kind of a 5.5 by 7 type card.
I'm thinking we could just post on Facebook, give people a heads up.
Yeah.
Explain what it is,
Yeah.
what election is and all that.
And then do you have her contact information?
Yes. Yeah. And other than that, just thank you for your time. That's truly all I wanted. If I could stay if you would like me to, or if not, just, I don't know.
I mean, you're welcome.
Okay, okay. Well, you'll be my main contact, and we'll just go from there, okay? You guys holler if you need anything.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you.
okay, see you. Thank you. By the way, I'm from a real small town in northwest Oklahoma. I'm from Buffalo, Oklahoma. Has anybody ever heard of that?
I know Buffalo, yeah.
Okay, and I usually cover Norman and Midwest City for OG&E, and I just love coming in church to a town hall meeting. That's just awesome. So, anyway, you guys have a great evening. Thank you.
Any more public appearances? Going once, twice. Okay, 6, proposal of the Board of Trustees of the Town of Tryon entering into executive session in accordance with Title 25, Section 307, subsection B-1, discussing employment, hiring, appointment, promotions, demotions, disciplinary, or resignation of any individual, salaried, public official, or employee. 6.1.1, Brittney Poteet, clerk position, clarification, job duties, and responsibility, and pay. 6.1.2, Iowa Tribe, contractual duties and responsibilities.
Move that we enter into executive session.
Sean, yes.
James, yes.
You doing slack?
Hey, if I have to go lie my
Yes.
Okay, number 7, re-enter regular meeting from executive session.
I move that we re-enter into regular meeting from executive session.
I'll say yes. John, yes?
Heather, yes.
James, yes. Number 8, consideration, discussion, action on matters discussed in executive session. 6.1.1, Brittney Poteet, clerk, position, clarification, job duties, and responsibilities and pay.
We discussed some of the continuing efforts to pull more of the utility responsibilities off of her. We also discussed that we still need to go ahead and take a look at the clerk position that is a little bit confusing and make it more streamlined and in line with the rest of our employees.
Uh, 6.1.2, our tribe, contractual duties and responsibilities. I visited with the town, told them basically what your complaint was, you know, what would happen in your case, and stuff like that. Brought the tribe in, talked to them. They have no issues with getting the video stuff to us, but you need to make a FOIA request.
Can you make a, sorry, can you make a what?
FOIA, it's F-O-I-A, it's a records request to Brittney.
Another one?
Well, this will go to Brittney and then it'll go to our attorney.
Okay. And the one that I made, so I've made it 3 times. The one that I made the one that I made on July 31st, hold on, where I split them up.
I made one up. She just told us she made one up.
Oh, okay.
She could actually forward it to
Okay, perfect.
the town attorney.
Okay, perfect.
So, and then as soon as he gets it, then he'll be getting back to me.
Okay, I also, if you guys want to, and I wrote a nice little letter kind of explaining of the timeline of like when I made these different requests. I also attached emails and the specific specific requests that I made, and emails of the open records request, each one. If you guys would like these, I was behind because I was trying to get copies for everybody, but I did get 2 copies. So there are 2 copies if everybody would like.
So, yeah, we're just, once she gets back office tomorrow, she can forward that to the attorney.
Okay.
Since he told us it's county.
Perfect.
And then it can go from there.
Perfect.
Okay?
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay.
This is 2 copies each of the same thing, right?
Yes. So the first one is just kind of an explanation. The next one is the warrant that kind of it shows the explanation, and then there's my first email with
Can we
the
pause for
attachment.
just a second? Our camera.
She's not under 17.
Yep.
It was going, but it didn't begin later.
Sorry, I was hoping I had staplers so I could staple them all together and it made more sense. But if you just go through it, you'll see all that.
We good? Yep. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So the first, I don't know where it stops, so I'll tell you. The first one is just an explanation, something that I was going to say to you guys today. And then the next one is the warrant. The next one is the email where I initially requested just the forms, because I didn't realize it needed to go through Brittney, and where I was immediately denied even just to get me the forms, and I was explaining like, I don't understand, I didn't request anything other than the forms. And then in this first page it'll tell you that I then contacted Brittney, and Brittney said, oh, usually I can give you that, and then you guys can, and then you can submit it. So then you'll see the next email where I sent it to Brittney, and Brittney forwarded it on to the chief and a few other people, and with that request. And then the last one is where I submitted it again because the officer or the chief had just called Brittney and told her that I wasn't getting anything. And so I then broke those requests up into individual requests. That way want all of them, whatever would work, and submitted that to, and haven't gotten a response to that one. So there's a quick synopsis of what you have. Yes,
Two of the same thing, yeah.
Yes.
I'll keep one, I'll have one. Yes.
Okay, awesome. Awesome, thank you.
And you're Karen.
Yes.
Gotcha, okay.
Yeah, and in the email, you'll see there's my, all my address, my contact information, all those things. Awesome, thank you so much. I don't need to stay, right? Okay, awesome, thank you guys.
Okay. Number 9, miscellaneous. 9.1, consideration discussion action on emerging management update.
So we'll be having a meeting, not this Thursday, but the next, and then once we establish roles, we can put that into the county, and then we'll take our construction classes and figure out how it's all up, kind of update.
You guys checked in on the FEMA training that you guys have had?
Last, you said that you were waiting, you sent an email to FEMA to make sure that the videos that, the invite that we needed to do that, you know, we're waiting to hear back.
Another lady, who's in contact information, I do need to touch base. And pray about that, you follow up here.
About doing online things.
Since you didn't stream.
Oh,
since
then,
y'all
okay,
can't-
I was like, I don't know, yes,
There's a-
yes, yes.
That actually goes under the emergency management. Okay, is that it on that one?
Yes.
9.2, consideration discussion action on special election details. Guess we found out
Not already.
it's just gonna be electrical.
Can I ask real quick though, why didn't we get anything else on there?
Because she said that, I guess the gentleman that came forward, I guess, he wouldn't return.
He pretty much dropped the ball on giving us the
Yeah, because he was supposed to check on it and get back with us.
Okay.
And like I emailed before.
Yeah. Here, yeah.
Good. 9.3, consideration discussion action on Oklahoma Secretary of State correction on the town's filing status, domestic for-profit business, report to cities and towns update.
So once I get minutes from that meeting, I can turn it over, and then.
What minute?
This is
The last minute?
Yes,
Yeah.
once we get it approved, I can send it in, and I just kinda wanted to share, I did get the original from, 1890, or 1853, I'm kind of geeked about it, I'd really like to see, actually, no, 1890, second one's 90. I'd like to see about getting this framed, put it in the library, because I just think.
Yeah, I was
it's
gonna
pretty
ask
cool.
that.
Like, I mean, I'd like
we
to.
have a whole historical section.
Yeah, I mean, I think we need to do a nice mat, like have them all together and have them, so I'll look at getting this quote from Hobby Lobby, just to get it done, I think it's pretty cool. But then all we have to do will be, you know, because in the meeting last time, what they'll need is to show that we do want to be a town city. So, that's it, I mean, I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, you don't see that.
This is like where it was like, where you learn how to read cursive.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Okay, the 9.4, consideration discussion action on Halloween celebration plans.
So we did get insurance, we did get some information from the insurance, O&M, I guess, either way, we just need to kind of start, I know there's probably like 4 or 5 people that are really interested, so we'll try and kind of do a little meeting, and I mean, all I'm thinking is we just obviously need to bring it to the board, and so I'll try and organize, and we have a little bit of time, but really, I like Nathan's idea, I'm gonna go talk, I didn't do it this past week, but I'm gonna try this next week, to talk to the library, talk to the churches, and just try and do something a little more communal, efforts. Did you end up having a date, did you say the Saturday before?
The Saturday before my was reviewed for, we're gonna send out a letter with, the next round of bills for, to start asking for like donations and that kind of stuff. I figured about 2 months would be pretty good, like time to
So we'll
start
just,
asking.
when is your next library meeting too?
Oh, the next library meeting's not until like October, I think. It's pretty far out. Which is why we were already kind of like discussing it, and there are some not set in stone plans, but like some ideas we're tossing around, and.
I was just curious if we could pull together, even if it's just you, and if we get a couple people that are interested, like, just kind of try and get a little bit more proactive before it's
Yeah,
here.
well, that's what, the the biggest thing that the library board was like, well, if we're going to get donations and stuff, we should need to send out a letter in this.
Yeah, I was gonna suggest
Which
trying
is
to
about,
do
which is
donations.
what we figured we would start asking for donations.
And then, like October still, we can put in some kind of flyer announcing and kind of, we just gotta kind of get on the ball. So I'll get
Were
with
you
you
guys
later.
still thinking about doing like a full like annual fall festival with this?
I think,
Yeah.
yeah, I think that was the idea, is to kind of like merge the two, like a fall festival / Halloween.
Be a little bit
Like a
more,
big-
try and, administration and then anyone else that wants to.
So one thing you guys might look into is Walmart actually donates a lot of
Yes.
money. Most times $1,000 if you put in for it, but you guys for the store manager
Okay.
in Dollar General. So they'll donate or they'll give you a big discount on prices and stuff. And you can actually do that at several Walmarts.
Okay.
Because the Chandler Walmart is different from the Walmart in Stillwater.
Those general ones,
Yep. So I
Thank
know,
you. I didn't know.
just talk to the store managers of those and whatever, so. RS Foods in Western Oklahoma, also donates, if you talk to their, community relations officer, if you want to do hot dogs or something like that.
Are they the ones that make those super cheap RS hot dogs?
Yes.
Yeah, I grew up.
So yeah, that's something.
Yeah, there, you can smell it for a quarter of a mile.
And also-
I was about to say that the factory has a smell about it.
It's not bad, it's just, you're like, there's food around here.
You said at, RS Foods, the community.
Yeah. The community relations.
Relations.
And so they might have to donate hot dogs. Because at one time they was gonna donate to the jail, the sheriff's and everything. This is years ago. Okay. 9.5, consideration discussion action on Heather Eccles. Point of letter update.
I know you said you had some stuff, and I never got anything.
I need to pull yours back out and finish the last 4 or 5 that are coming out. I just never, had a chance to pick out those. I will work on them.
9.6, consideration discussion action on town limits discrepancy update.
That's what I'm out,
So I guess it was said that it's directly behind Jenna's, how, and I do have how much, you know, how
No,
far
it's
you
not.
can north.
It's-
Yeah,
saying
it's not.
He's saying it's not.
Yeah, it's,
Yeah.
That it's even
We're,
discussed.
you know, new concussion.
yes, yeah,
His
well,
place.
it's cut out, because like even
Yeah.
when you're looking on, I don't know, and I realize it's different from Amazon, I mean, Android to iPhones, but it still shows just one full block,
Yeah.
so it's just kind
So
of.
years ago, I think there's 130 acres right here. They annexed out other cities. And the reason they did that was they had animals, horses, cows, and stuff. So we only allowed so many an acre per person. So they annexed out. So this, if you look right here at this boundary right here.
That's the drive.
That's the driveway,
Okay.
just on the north side of News.
So what is behind Jenna's is in
Is-
town. Yeah, that's,
Because right here where it says Tryon,
yeah.
that's the street, that's the road she lives on.
Yeah. So yeah, it is, I mean, this is good, information. That we read.
Tell me you're old without telling me you're old.
Hey, I like
That's the ringer I use on
Any
me.
more questions about that?
No, I think we
Okay.
can remove it completely.
Okay. 9.7, consideration, discussion, action on Department of Labor training update.
That is, right in the middle here. I don't think there's no update there.
Okay.
We should actually be able to do that by the next meeting, just because of the.
Okay. 10, consideration, discussion, action on REAP update.
I talked to Pat, I'm gonna meet her in the next day or two, she has to get back with me on exactly what time she's gonna be here. I know it's not gonna be tomorrow because I told her about the DEQ thing, so, either Thursday or Friday, I'll meet with her, she has a paperwork work up to finish that off. They wanna come down and check, like, look at the building, kind of see the progress or whatever on the building, see what's going on.
consideration, discussion, action on building project update. A, sewer invoice estimate. B, co-ed final loan payment. C, timeline.
The current, final loan payment, our cash touch base with the update. The sewer, we have to hook the building up to the sewer. The quote that I have is from Johnson Plumbing, it's for $35.50. It is to hook, we have a manhole in the sewer that runs right across the fence line. That is how much it's gonna cost to hook the building up to our sewer system. And they're gonna dig it, have to do whatever they need to do.
35-50 turnkey. Yeah.
They said that it might take very long, but he said it could be a week. When I talked to him 2 days ago, or yesterday actually, he said it could be a week. When they could actually be here, usually about a couple jobs.
What do we have a timeline for the building in general?
I will be talking to, he wants to meet Spencer and I in the building on the 6th at 9:30 to get everything, because I told him we need to, all the choices and decisions that we need to make for the building has been completely done and sent to him. He's supposed to be sending us a link to pick the doors out, like the main doors, the library, and the town hall. And then he wants to do another walkthrough, because there's been a couple contractors in and out, do another walkthrough to make sure nothing's changed or whatever. And I told them we need to, at that time, we're just winding down the office. So I'm like, listen, we're just winding down. We're done, like, we're working on top of each other. We need to get an actual deadline of being in here. With the waiting around and dragging our feet, we need to do here. Yes. What we're gonna do, like what we talked about at the meeting, is just do the plexiglass, because it's a whole lot cheaper. The pay windows that we found is $5,000. And that's
It's
just.
not that hard to just put a Lexi panel in there.
Yeah, he's just gonna do like a plexiglass for the kitchen and the void or whatever.
So,
Just have to put it in.
so that's this upcoming Thursday at 9:30?
Yes.
Do you care if I show up?
Go for it.
Just expect that you just do the trim pieces around the Lexi. Old wood windows.
Because I stopped by there today on the way back. When I was leaving town this morning, I saw someone sitting there that they were gone, but I peeked my head in there and they still don't have, there's still no outlets wired in or any of that stuff, so.
Yeah, we went early this morning, because we turned down there and they were, taping off everything with tape.
If we have the option, we do need to go with plexiglass, so if anything hits it, it will still break.
Yeah.
Plexiglass will actually vibrate, plexiglass standing with glass.
And I'm waiting to order the stove and the overhead thing or whatever. He went ahead and gave us approval to like the combo that we got or whatever. He was double checking on something with the cabinets, got back with me. I'm just waiting for him to tell me to go ahead and get the stove, because we don't really have a place to store it right now.
And the exhaust will go
Yeah.
outside.
Well, like the exhaust that we're having, it's the, he okayed it through the.
Okay, so, here's the deal. The exhaust for the oven is gonna be via the microwave, with an under microwave exhaust system over the oven.
With the filter.
With the
That's
filter.
what we have in my house.
Yeah, because that right there was the get around of, well, if we're serving, we're technically not supposed to have a kitchen, or if we are, we have to, there's a whole nother set of code rules. So the get around to that was, well, make us the space in here, once it's inspected and turnkey, if we put a stove in there, it's completely fine, because it's already past code.
Well, it's fine with him, but it's on us, yeah.
No, I'm saying it's completely okay, even with like the state in the code, once the inspector has agreed that building is good, then you're allowed to do that yourself. And we won't be serving out of there anyway, but the way we figured out the exhaust was the microwave.
Anything else?
Was that meeting at 9:30 Thursday?
Yeah.
Yes. And that'll be at the.
And
For sure, no.
on 11th, is that 11th, just trying to get a timeline. So.
12, consideration, discussion, action on overtime issues and how to keep within the budget.
Okay.
So I guess my first question, are these overtime issues on the town side or the utility side?
Utility side, when I was across this payroll. I need to figure out, because you guys, when you hire Spencer and, sorry, Spencer and Joe, my brain's not working. When you guys hired Spencer and Joe.
Speed bump.
Do you guys set 40 hours flat on the hours a week that they work? Well, because of all of our issues that we've been having, one or the other or both has been to like trying to level it out, get it straightened out, get more of a schedule, tighten it up or whatever, but we're still going over.
Is it every month or is it just because of the training?
Well, training, the water issue we had with the well house was another one. There's just been a couple of situations where it's gone up.
So, right now, it's extremely, massively hot right now. Can we not try to maybe cut back sometimes in the middle of the afternoon when it's 120 degrees anyway to help
We have,
the budget?
yeah, like 7:30. But that's what we wanted to ask too, because, we were trying to think of different options, like even cut this out, or even if it's 7 to 2 or whatever. He's not, from my understanding, he's not taking lunches. So even with like a basic level, time card, it's 80 hours. So it's already over the 40 hours a week at that point. So I didn't know if we needed to mandate or legally step in and begin if that's something that we can mandate lunches.
I want to say for the legalese is that all employees should be taking a lunch break and that all employees have the opportunity to take a lunch break. Period. That's.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we needed to like mandate it, to like make sure that to help that time. Yeah. And nobody's being denied a lunch break.
I know. My opinion is that the utility side has a budget. They know how much to keep for labor. And part of the responsibility of running that department is making sure they stay within budget. So I don't think, my personal opinion is that we shouldn't need to dictate hours and the minutia of this and that, other than to say that my expectation is you guys know how much to spend in a year. Okay. So, okay. But, going to some of the conversations we had with your stuff is I really truly feel that this is something that Spencer, you need to be the one to manage this.
Okay.
And that's just what I want to clear cut too, because I'm the one that does process payroll.
Mhm.
So if I process payroll and it's constantly being overtime, like whose position is that to adjust or do whatever?
Right.
And if it's his, then
Yep.
not do it.
Yep. Because as we see in a couple lines, we need to get someone else approving that anyway, so.
Yes.
Is it possible to give comp time? I work for the city of Stillwater, right? They have a budget. They work for the state in Kansas and Oklahoma. They have a budget. And during times of bad weather, we got called out to help, help something with the road work, or, take traffic or do something. We were given comp time.
I used to work for a private company and they did the same thing.
And then that way, you're still staying within your budget, but you have, there's a cap on it. And I wouldn't say just, hey, let's go willy-nilly, because somebody can burn up, acquire a lot of comp time if it's not still getting managed correctly. But in the cases of broken water line, bad weather, we gotta come in, check something out, whatever, we end up with, at the end of the month, we end up with, 5 or 6 hours that Spencer says, hey, this is approved. It gets put in a kitty that's comp time.
We need to take a look at that because as far as my understanding is we have non-exempt salaried employees. And so there's the whole question of time and a half versus all of that, so.
Well, that's why you have them sign a paper like I do at the city. My overtime is either, I have two choices, I take time and a half or I take the comp time.
I was
And that
going to
eliminates
say
that as far as.
that also try, if we can do it within the same pay period,
And then speaking of behavior, that's another thing that we need to, another issue that I'm running into as well, is that because our pay periods are not normal pay period, because usually when you start a job, you have to wait a week before you get paid or whatever, because we don't do that here. It's, like Joe had gotten sick last week. He had already gotten paid for 4 days. But was gone for 4 days, so then there's the adjustment, like, because of how we process payroll. He was gone all of last week except for Friday. So he's already gotten paid for that, so how do I get?
What do you mean he's already gotten paid for that?
He's already gotten paid for that.
So,
Cause like, what is today?
Today is the 4th.
Like the 16th through the 31st.
Right.
I have 2 to 3 days before the actual payday to process payroll. So I will process payrolls those other extra days, like the 29th, 30th, 31st, whatever. I will put in date the time that he's supposed to work on those days. Because of how the payroll has always been. It's not like a normal,
That's
it's not,
weird.
that needs, it needs to be fixed.
well, I mean,
Well, it's also, it's, when I process payroll, because I have to do that payroll cycle, the other 3 days or whatever days is left that falls after the processing day, I manually put those in so that I can run the full payroll. So that the full payroll will be on the last checks.
So that's weird, because every job I worked at, if the pay period ends on the 31st, then that payroll is processed then after the 31st, and then I would get paid on like the 4th or the 11th or whatever.
Well, if you're doing the 1st and the 15th, you should be 2 weeks behind.
Yeah.
Well, ours is the 15th, sorry, yes. And like,
Okay.
they're not that week.
But if it's the 15th and the 30th, why are we processing payroll on the 28th?
Processing on the 15th.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if the
Yeah.
if the month ends in the 30th, I have to process payroll, I have to enter payroll to the payroll company like 3 days before the
So that
actual
the person is
payday.
paid on the 30th.
So that the person is actually paid on the 30th, because that's the company's policy, is that is when they want me to make sure all the time's entered, everything's correct. That's usually when they approve their payroll or whatever. So by doing that and processing payroll, if that payroll has already been entered and processed, and then 3 days later they get paid, but those 3 days,
So, but
they're gone.
our question is, you and I both, if you're processing payroll for the 1st and the 15th, why isn't that paycheck then being paid on the 30th? If it's for the 15th and the 30th, why isn't that pay period being paid then on the next available payday?
That's not how it's ever been since I worked here.
Right, you know why?
That's just always how it's, but because our paydays, even in the company, if I'm not mistaken, says we get paid on the 15th.
Right.
And on the 30th.
But it doesn't say which
Right.
pay period is
But
for
like
that
in the
day.
very beginning.
Your time up to the end of the month doesn't pay out to the 15th. Your time up to the 15th doesn't pay out.
Yeah.
Right, but when we all
You should be
started,
2
we
weeks
didn't
behind
have
on
a
payroll.
typical, which is
Yeah.
where the problem comes in.
Yeah, so that's what we're.
So,
having
Yeah, that
to-
needs to
instead
be,
of-
we need to figure that out,
We
so
should
it
be
actually is
putting-
on a normal cycle.
We shouldn't be putting payroll in unless we know it's been time punched in now.
Yeah, we shouldn't be
Shouldn't be
estimating
first.
hours.
so let me ask you this, do you guys get sick days and
Yes, it
Yeah.
is.
they accrue for it? So, if you're sick, then you're sick days.
Well, Joe
If
just
you're
started,
not
yeah,
sick.
Joe just started, but that's,
I mean,
because
you
that
need to get
payroll,
that pay period.
it just depends on how it's set up, because the longer you were here, you get a little more hours, longer, and I can't remember what they would be.
Cause I know I get, it's 40 hours sick,
Yeah, that's
3 hours.
Yeah, I get like three,
Get none.
2, I think. But going back to what Brittany's talking about, how they do that, my girlfriend used to work for Red River, and that's how they did it. When their pay period hit, when their paycheck, yeah, there was 2 or 3 days that they just estimate that you're gonna be there. And then technically if you're not, then you're just docked on the next one.
Right.
But that way, at the end of the month, you're legitimately paid for everything that you worked, but it does get a little bit convoluted.
So like, that's where I'm at right now, is that Joe was out for 4 days, he doesn't have that accruement allotted to him. So there's a couple of different options, but it's like, I think that we need to fix how paid is done, like payroll is done in the first place.
Agreed.
Moving forward, and then I just need to figure out how to fix his, I've got some forms and stuff, I'm just looking up some stuff online and through some other payroll things on like the options that he has, but
sick.
Not 4 days, 4,
What you got for annual?
I don't know, I haven't looked at the sick days, cause it was just, he just came back on Friday.
So just look, see what you got for annual, look, see what you got for.
No, we can adjust.
Then you need to figure out how to.
We need to figure out how to
fix this
switch
for you.
that, yeah.
Yeah, but it still needs to be fixed.
That's not.
But I'll go over with Joe tomorrow on
Yeah.
how we need to get, that shirt.
Okay.
That's not.
Anything else on that one? Okay, if not, 13, consider discussion action on IT policies.
Did you forward both of those emails for me? So you guys both got a draft that I came up with. One was for acceptable IT use, and the other one is for an AI usage policy. Both of those I was very, very wonderfully given to by OMAG that I went through and converted situation. I didn't know if anybody had a chance to look at any of those.
I only got the one AI and I really liked it, but I don't think I got the other.
Unfortunately,
It says AI policy draft.
Well, there's another one that was I sent later.
No, I got
next
there
night.
were 2 of them, 'cause I got them
I was gonna say, that's the one I was.
I agree, I thought you did really.
Yeah, I really,
Okay. So then, do we want? So then,
I didn't get to read the second one.
what I would like to do then, if everyone's okay with that, is maybe bring it back to the table next month and we can decide on it. And that would also give our wonderful legal advice a month just to kind of run through it and make sure that everything I put in there is okay.
So basically what you're saying is we look it all over, let legal look it over.
And then
We come back next month and
either approve it or make changes or whatever.
And I need to, I'm looking through and I actually just had the AI policy written and I don't have it.
Sounds good. So then I move that we table.
Yeah.
I move we table the acceptable IT use policy and the AI policy until our next regular meeting for review with board member Kenley.
Other second.
Show yes.
James, yes. I'm gonna go back real quick to number 11, that A sewer invoice estimate. I guess we need to make a motion on that.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Just walked right off.
Yeah.
Well, we did.
Wow, it's an estimate, yeah.
I move that we go forward on the estimate with Johnson funding for the sewer hookup for the new town hall building.
I'll say. Sean, yes.
James, yes. 14, consider discussion action on ADP manager accounts.
Where are we at with getting Nathan hooked up? How come?
I can't get communication back from you. This is the last time that I've emailed, if you're more welcome to come to the office, if you can see the control, if you're trying to get on somebody. I've emailed 4 or 5 different people, told them what the issues was, and I needed somebody to contact us back. Because I have Joe's issues that I still have to, get transferred over, get Nathan's account set up so they can be, approved the deal, and I'm not here back from my money.
Okay. And then what is it we need to do with Joe's?
Joe's fingerprints will not work, so we're going to see if using his batch number, I tried to transfer it over, but I don't know what I'm hearing wrong.
Okay.
So, my best thing I want to get instructions from them.
Okay. And then we also have, we should be able to get the EDP app on that utility phone too. So then, okay. Is there anybody else we're having problems with the account with?
No, we don't have generally specs.
Mine's fixed, but I still can't log into the app, so I have to figure out why I can't do that. But other than that,
The app, is it the phone app you're using or is it the web app?
the phone app.
Okay. Are you able to log into it online, the web app?
I don't care.
So I'm wondering if we need to make accounts for like the web app, like logins and things for that to work, so. Okay. Do you want me to step in and get involved?
Go for it.
Hopefully next month we'll have an update.
Okay, 15, consider discussion action on starting up abatements.
I'm just going to put no action on it right now, because
Yeah, still have-
I have a this is something because I come from a very different part of the country, well, not very different, just slightly different part of the country. Where I'm from, the property owner is responsible for all of the grass from every point of their property, even the part like between the sidewalks to the curb. So how come we're the ones that have to then do the mowing between like fence lines in the streets instead of having the residents as part of their responsibility of their property?
Yeah, I know.
Property boundaries go to the center of the street.
Okay.
Yeah, the only, like easement or whatever, right away is right along the highway. They're the only one that has a water line. Yeah.
Right, but
Other
even
than that,
that
it's
though, I
probably-
mean, even maintaining an easement should be the responsibility of the property owner, right?
Our primary responsibility would be like the main road where it goes from the stop signs around the signage.
But again, why? I mean, if
It's
it's
a fire hydrant, but the main ditches and everything, they're the property responsibility. They don't.
okay, because it seems like we mow a lot of edges of the
We
streets.
really don't have that much as far as on 105 that needs to be completed. It's just like, sort of like Oklahoma,
Signage and fire
the
hydrants
first street
and stuff, so
maybe.
that we have access to those.
Right.
Really don't think of the road.
Yeah, but even still, back home, it would even in maintaining an easement, like to a fire hydrant thing, it was still the homeowners or property owner's
It should be,
responsibility. so-
it should be, but that's what I'm saying, like just here at the main intersection, where, you know, it's 4 feet high rather than there ain't no housing. We can focus on that, but as far as like that ditch in front of the house, that's my problem.
Because there's right there in front of next to the firehouse, between the firehouse and 105. There's
Yes.
So,
Well, that's actually their responsibility there, so.
yeah. So okay.
Okay.
So then why can't we start these?
I figured that you guys wanted to start it because our stuff's not like that. We start dating.
Well, we need to get notification out to those
Going to start.
property owners, their responsibility to maintain, not ours. So we're not running around down the baseball field, yes, there's city property, yes, things like that. But, like I said, just the ditch in front of my house,
Right.
on Second Street, that's my problem.
All right. So then what do we need to do before we can start these up? Because it's been a
I
year
just
now
need
where
your
we need to
approval
start them.
I think on some of it, I think everyone needs to be sent a notice, whether it's on the water bill or whatever, as far as.
Maybe have some written.
Yeah.
And that's why I say, we just let them know,
I can
hey,
just write
you're
it down.
responsible all the way to the asphalt.
Everybody,
You know what, we're
That way
sorry.
they don't know. If they don't know that's their responsibility, they
Yeah.
will, say, well, no, we put it on the water bill, you need to make
They
sure.
need to
we-
prove it, and do the right stuff.
I would say, yeah. I would ask either like 30 or 60 day notice, not like a week from now we're going to start this.
Have a date.
Yeah. Yeah, make him actually earn it.
Okay, 16, consideration discussion action on speed limit, raise,
Yeah, that could be no action.
no action. 17, new business. Did we get AC from the office?
Yes, the church actually, Dawn actually bought it out of her personal pocket.
Because I sent you some quotes on it, so.
Yes, yeah, she already took care of it. We did have a problem after, like, gigantic air conditioner, two different windows. The plug that we finally had it in did not work. The first one did, but we changed the 220 plug. We couldn't find an adapter, so we switched to the front window. The front window's plug was messed up, so we just had an electrician come out and change the plug out, which works now.
Is it keeping up?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, that's like a
It was like
24,000.
Okay.
So that works, Dawn is gonna try to get the church to reimburse us or take it off of our rent, or
Okay.
they'll, put the, something.
And I can get that.
And then what about the shop? Is there any kind of, do we have any climate control in any of our other buildings?
No, it's got a dirt floor, I mean, I'm sure that exit would be, you'd be chasing your tail.
That'd be a low,
Right, yeah, so, I mean.
The only thing that we could do with that would be to get one of them 4-foot drum fans.
Yeah.
Or, you know, maybe the afternoons might be a good time to come in and sit with Brittney and train on the testing and stuff like that, to make sure that you're not sitting in the shop in 100 degree weather.
We could do that. That would be a good deal.
That'd be on the utility side.
I don't know if this would be utility or not, but we have a problem with the city tractor.
Yep, that'd be utility.
Almost there.
Okay, any more new business? Like, need a motion to adjourn.
I make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Jenny, yes.
Heather, yes.
James, yes.
Generally, I'll try to get with you next week or so, figure out if I can get up, or willing to meet up and get a good
Whenever, I'll, probably frazzled just because it's,
Yeah.
in season, but whenever.
Well, I just
Just
want to
whatever.
have a little bit more, something
Emily,
moving for next month.
Did you get your subscription issue taken care of?
No.
Don't forget, you have the account for Workspace with Google Docs and Google Sheets and all that already set up, so.
Oh, yeah, see, I totally forgot about Google
Yep.
Docs and stuff. So, that'll be helpful. I'll just switch everything over then. I was
Maybe it
getting
is close.
3 S cards, I know. I actually don't know because I never had to apply for any of that in the 3 years that I've lived there. So I have no clue when or why or how.
So I'll be there Thursday to look at the building. You're there Thursday morning, person, right? Really? Yeah, we can look at that, make sure you can get in.
Perfect, thank you.
Start the meeting.
Good God, those are
And all those do is crank the humidity anyway. That's what I was
Yeah,
thinking.
kind of, but if you're in an open air shop,
That's what I was
cool
thinking.
wet air going through a shaded area is a lot better there.
That's what I was thinking, it'd be a good time to come into the town hall and work with them while they've got that.
Sometimes you get that military surplus.
I heard.
Find out military surplus. Take it down the stick.
I've been in a few places, they're not, the like 5 foot tall ones, oh, they make a lot of difference.
Am I gonna have to start wearing my Husker shirt?
Let's not do that.
Well, I can wear either one.
What?
I lost a bet one day, and so I do have an OSU one as well.
Oh, that's terrible. I would use that as a grease rag.
No, the bad part for me was in the bed. I happened to, back when I had my big black Dodge and it broke down, I went and rented a car to go take Hunter to Red River Rival. It was an orange Charger. And so I had to take the picture with my OSU shirt and orange with the orange Charger.
I mean, at least OU is now in a real football conference.
Okay, let's get this thing started. Town of Tryon, the Board of Trustees Utility Meeting, August 4th, 2026 at 8:29 p.m. First Baptist Church, 122 North First, Tryon, Oklahoma. Agenda, number 1, call to order. Number 2, roll call.
Jenny here.
Sean here.
James here. 3, considering action on consent agenda. 3.1, approval of the minutes for June 2nd, 2026, June 9th, 2026, June 16th, 2026, June 25th, 2026, July 7th, 2026.
They were all in the same package.
Yeah, I'll write that.
Can we start getting them in separate packets?
Sure can.
gonna be scanning all of my paperwork and stuff in, so then this way, you know, there can be an actual, the town side and then the utility side. Sure, if you want to. Or just email me.
I like the flow of it, but,
Okay.
I mean, it does make sense.
Or just, you know, email me the documents like I've been saying for 18 months.
Yeah, I remember this time we sent the agenda to Jim Shaw's office, so I thought it was gonna be great.
Make a motion we accept, June 2nd, June 9th, June 16th, June 25th, and July 7th.
Jenna abstains, I didn't have a chance to review them.
James, yes. 3.2, approval of the monthly department head reports.
The meter reads were read the 27th, 28th. Did you get the bills out okay then?
Yeah, they're all in
A
front
lot
of
more
me.
smooth this?
Yeah, they're all of them are headed out.
Yeah, but it was a lot more smooth this time.
Yes, they were out on the 31st.
Fantastic.
Because I went out and read the meters Monday, Tuesday, and then had them stamped and stuff by Wednesday. They all went out Thursday, I believe, or Friday morning.
Great, fantastic. The water testing here, it looks like we got chlorine done and sampling, but there's no bacterial. Did those not get done, or do those not need to get done? Okay. When do those need to be done? Does it need to be done by the end of that month? Okay. So then how come July's didn't get done? I'm just concerned since we have that complaint and everything, you know, that we need to make sure that this stuff is done. I mean, you know, on time at every time. So then,
The chlorine test, is that what you dropped off at my house?
okay.
How often is that done?
Yeah, that's where we had kids test that.
Yeah. That's once a year.
And then the bacteriological samples, then can we still get that to them late and still get partial credit?
Now, what's the month over, that's what I would do.
Do we need to fill out any kind of deviation forms or anything for not doing it?
Now, we'll still be in this one.
Yeah. We're missing up in July.
Well, when you mentioned earlier about sitting down and doing the testing schedule, sampling and all that stuff, once I get set on the calendar,
Okay.
then you'll know when it needs to be done. And I would recommend not doing it the last week of the month.
Right.
Or on a Friday.
So, not to be an absolute here, is there any way, Spencer, you could have that calendar done by Friday? And if you can't, be honest.
I'll try.
Okay.
I'll give you an I'll try.
Okay. I mean, like I said, if you can't, be honest. I want to set reasonable expectations, but with that complaint form and everything that we have, we need to get this buttoned down.
Oh, I agree.
Really, really well.
Just a suggestion from personal experience.
Oh, well.
I would make sure that Joe is involved with that.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
He also knows the schedule.
Yep.
Here's his house and also.
So then, can you schedule a time to get with him and make sure that he knows everything he needs to?
I'd also like to, you know, ask my phone too, I would like to be, just, yeah. just to know.
And if I'm available, I'd love you too, if nobody else wants to. I know we can only have two there, but.
And that way you guys know too, that's just help us with the rest.
It also is kind of friendly. I can take those two and put it in with our packet.
Stuff that we need to get done on a monthly basis, it needs to be done. It's just like reading the meters, they have to be done at a certain time.
What about the
tested?
the EDMR submission? How often does that have to be done?
It has to be done by the 10th of every month. That's another thing I'm trying to schedule.
Okay. Did that get done by July 10th?
No.
Okay. Is that
But I
some-
have been in contact with Charles Murphy, and he just gave me, I need to go with Joe to set up his own account.
Okay.
And I can have that done by Friday.
Is it an online account?
Yep.
Yeah. Do we have that battery and everything for that laptop?
Yes, it did, yeah. It's,
And
That box is.
yeah.
and then like the keyboard and mouse and all that stuff?
Yeah, that, some of that stuff hasn't came in yet,
Okay.
but I know the battery's in.
Because we need to give him the opportunity to, the tools to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay.
Yeah, just like I said, get this calendar done, because you don't need any fines or something.
Well, if something happens, yeah, we need to communicate, that's what I'm, if something did happen, I can help.
You need to identify what's primary, primary, and secondary. Some things that are hard dates, like your 10th.
And there's
That
some.
needs to be a primary, it's got to be done on the 9th or the 10th. End of subject, right? Something that, oh, well, it can be done in these 3 or 4 days.
It has to be up there with the 10th, right?
Accidents, I see none. When did you fall? Is that on July?
Which one?
Oh,
Okay, fourth, I can do the handle fourth. Fourth ain't that bad.
You tell him that, he was way Steve.
No, I'm just saying, the first one would have been worse.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Need a motion to.
Is there anything on the reports? I know Spencer likes the layout and other geographic.
I just wanna make sure that you're not spending more, he's not spending more time filling out the report and doing stuff. If that makes sense.
Yeah, it does, but.
So, just something to keep in mind, and also, am I confused here? I thought, Spencer, you were the department head for the utility side.
No. That is not the way it's written.
Where is that written? In the handbook?
I believe so. It's either in the handbook or if there's a piece of paper that states who's the department head, but it is not me. I don't think it would.
Just with the flow of things, that's what I would.
That's not the way it's set up, so.
What does it say? His job
There's not much that says, that it says nothing.
Which has been on for years and years now.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. I move we accept the, utility department report.
I'll second.
Heather, yes.
James, yes. 3.3, approval of monthly financial reports and claims for May 2026, June 2026.
Same thing for the town.
For this year.
Yeah. And as soon as I can find something, or we get that straightened out, we'll schedule it.
I move we table the, monthly financial reports and claims for May 2026 and June 2026 until a future meeting.
Heather, seconds.
Sean, yes.
James, yes. Consideration items removed from consent agenda. 4, none. 5, public appearances, petitions, demonstrants, communications, and personal appearances. None.
So we were gonna make this at the recommendation. I'm assuming that's not supposed to be demonstrations, it's demonstrations.
No, it's not.
It's demonstrance,
Okay,
it's just what we were using, yeah, I agree.
It just, yeah, it's just.
It's just an overly wordy version of the same word.
That's lawyers use the last.
Yeah.
It's the deadline,
Yeah,
but we still
flat.
do it. There you go.
Number 6,
I just really wanted to ask.
miscellaneous. 6.1, consideration discussion action on current software update.
Don't have much of an update at this time. The templates have been handed over to current software. I have asked to get a meeting scheduled next week or so that we can go over them, see anything else they need or not. And then the next step is they're going to build us a dummy account for us to go in and take a look at. And then from there, then we will continue to move forward before we go live with it.
6.2, consideration discussion action on meter relocate at 305 Pecan.
Now, if you guys would all like to refer to your right literature.
I don't want that one. We're not gonna put this man.
Okay, so here's the deal. Okay, Eric Kemp he came into the office the other day with a few choice words. And we talked him down about it. But he's got a genuine gripe and concern here. So if you look on your map, right there where the bottom of the, right there in the corner, is Eric Kemp's meter, right there. Okay, his house is clear down here. He has got there's been a couple breaks in the line, and we've seen where they're standing water in parts of the line. And he had talked and said, well, they moved Heather's meter at one time, and I talked to Heather about it, and it was basically like they did all the digging, and all the town had to do was move the meter from here to there. Okay? So his thing is, he's like, well, if I have to dig, if I hit anything in the easement, then it's not on me. You know, that's going to be on y'all in the town. And it's like, well, it is our easement, and that is our water line running across there. But because from the meter to his house is considered, that's his personal line, so he wants the meter moved up closer to his house. And the deal is where we stand on even being able to do that. I said, listen, I told him, I said, we'll talk to the board about it and see what they have to say about actually moving the meter. But, you know, to cap that line right there, just to put them, what's the word I'm looking for, to sleeve them together, wherever the old meter is, to remove it. And if we dug the hole and put the new meter in, okay, but we're not replacing that entire line in between. That's essentially what I told him. I was like, we're not gonna do that.
So what is it that's bubbling up right here?
By, he kept, what's the one that
Something
they-
right there. This is small.
It's by Penny's house.
But you don't have
Story.
Winfred Story's place, like right out in front of her driveway, there's a bump.
And it
And it just bubbles up. And he said that the breaks happened because of the fiber optic guys coming through and boring broke the lines. And I guess we had a previous operator who repaired the line and either made it worse or it didn't do anything
Well, now,
for
when they
it.
were digging, they were here. They weren't up here, which obviously I know, but they were a little bit more west, and this is.
It's not on the driveway, her driveway.
Right.
Think on that.
Yeah, but the point is somewhere in the lake. So I haven't walked the line with him, but basically from what he said was that there's been a couple of spots where the lines have been damaged by the fiber optic people. Which in hindsight is the utility department at the time should not have let them leave town with having broken lines without making them repair their own breaks. But that's a different story, but it's a whole
Well,
different
no, that
story.
was a different story. That's one reason he's no longer here.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. Well, so I guess what I'm getting at is I need to take something to him and to tell him what we've come to terms with. Is the answer absolutely no? Because he talked about, he has access to a trencher, right? Was we're just trenching right there next to the existing and putting in a new line. And all we're doing is reconnecting the trench line to where his new meter.
The thing is, though, if he hits that fiber optic,
Oh, I know.
that's on him.
Oh, I agree.
And we're right back to kind of square
Yeah.
one. It's a financial, like, someone's gonna have to pay for the line.
So
Either way.
question, you said that the meter is currently at the bottom of the map.
Yeah. Meter's here.
Okay. So
His house is here at the end of
side
the blue
map.
line.
Okay, okay, that's what.
Yeah.
And where is this bubbling at?
It would be right there, by that first,
Just a little
second
bit east of the
driveway.
driveway, the last one.
Right here, Jenna, right there at that.
So right
That's
there where
where
the
it is.
letter P of the
That's where
cone
it
is?
was, that's
A
where.
little further.
That's
Little
where the
further
line
down.
is.
Okay. So I guess if we want to do it, that's fine. I would be for it. But if he's going to go trenching and he hits something, then that, I don't think that is on us. I think if we're going to do
And that's
this.
What you have to do on your,
So we found the leak ourselves, and then
I mean, to move your meter.
we dug the hole and we asked, and the meters, actually the original meter
Yeah,
here
it's still up
is
there.
still there, but we did all of the labor on it, and the town said no.
You run the pipe, or is it just?
Yeah, no, we cut it in,
cut
because
it.
we just went right.
So your line was good
But we-
up to that leak. You repaired the leak in the line, and
Yes.
then you replaced the
While we
line
were
from the
looking
leak
for it,
to
we
your
just
house.
kept going, trying to find it, and we found it, and that's kind of where we, the furthest.
Because that's a big part of his general gripe is that his neighbor, who happens to be a board member, had the same issue
I
with her
wasn't-
meter being
I
a quarter
wasn't
mile
big.
down. Yeah, right. But was the
Welcome to it.
was the
And
was
he
a
was
quarter
at the
mile
meeting, or
down.
his wife was at the meeting where we gave Heather $500 back. And he said that piece of looks like we paid her $500 for.
But that was like something.
That's a whole
And I
different
told her,
story.
I said, that's a completely different story.
So we started digging at where that yellow turn is.
Uh-huh.
We started digging there, and that's an easement, the whole property there, our property didn't start until our gate. And actually, the trash and the meter is just right outside our gate. But we started digging this whole, maybe not quite that far. We first checked there's been a look, the internet guys also hit right there.
Right.
And so that's the first place we went and checked, it's fine, so then we jumped and started digging right in our driveway and all the way.
So you
It's
guys
like,
only-
before we bury it, can we rectify this while we've done all the work?
So you guys only had to dig out from the right angle right there going towards
No, we
your
just
house?
went, we checked that angle.
Okay.
So I guess I should, and then we came through, and then right at our gate, and then up our road, we had our whole main driveway torn up.
So my question is, if we're responsible from the main to the meter, and then we redo his line and put the meter in, now they're gonna make us responsible? for
No,
that
we're
line?
responsible for the line in between, and that's where the issue comes in with it being him fixing the line versus us. Because if we move his meter like he wants, which is not necessarily an unreasonable request, if it was a clean line, I would have no problem with
But
it.
the thing is, he has to pay to have the line hooked to that meter.
Right, right.
Yeah.
We know that part of it, that there is a tap fee for him to get that meter hooked to that line.
And he would have to have a plumber do it and everything.
Right.
But I mean, I know what you're saying with the fact that once you move it, it becomes our responsibility. But this is kind of extraordinary that would have been the property owner's responsibility in the first place. For what is that, a quarter mile?
Yeah, it's a long way.
It's gonna be at least 5 miles.
It's a huge span of
If it's
distance.
us, we're gonna have to dig up from where the meter is on North Main, all the way to Pecan. We're having to replace all those lines, because those lines are a couple spots where they can, like down by Peter's driveway.
Why can we not just
And
replace
the
the
I
pressure
want to put a patch clamp on the leak,
And he's like,
there
the
by
pressure
the driveway,
close,
and then go down and dig down and find his service line, go in near his fence, and tie into it there. But then that's, like I said, that's not changing the amount of distance from his meter to the actual.
And
And then would that permanently fix the leaks?
I mean,
It would depend on us.
It would depend on how many.
I understand that.
I can stop the leak with the clamp.
Okay.
If
So
that's the only one, he claims that there's multiple spots.
we have, I mean,
We can't take responsibility for his leaks on his line, but he can transfer the line ownership to us after that.
but if the line is a quarter mile long and nobody else in town has that level of liability,
Well, that's what I'm saying, as far as
Shoot it when
if it has to be completely replaced, then we're laying on the line.
That's what I'm saying, is if we're doing it, we might as well put a new line in regular leaks. And that's assuming that there is just one. And
Because we're
based
also
on
told the
things-
line that they went back in there when it was repaired in the first place, was in the right side line.
So there's a number of issues along this particular stretch of water line.
allegedly.
Allegedly, exactly. I mean, some of it's verified, but not all of it.
But it would be about the only way that meter to just out and then crank the old line and the new line together and then run it down.
Yeah, but, you know, so.
I think that we need to, I mean, again, I think that's a lot of liability to put on a property owner, that nobody else in town has that anymore.
So would that be something that because he can get equipment, because his dad was in the trench, said that he could get the trencher,
Cool.
and then here he
I wouldn't let him trench it out, because you don't know.
Well, we'd have to okey-dokey too to see exactly where, because if we're gonna replace that whole line, is that what you want to do, is replace the whole line? Because if the fiber optics is closer up to the road, then we can just trench further back off the road a little bit more, and we're not even around the fiber optic.
So you
So
probably
we're
give
not the whole new
them,
line.
probably give them guys that did the fiber optics.
Yeah.
They should have some kind of locating on that, so that the other ones, or someone's gonna come out and locate that fiber optic.
What it sounds like to me is when we've come to an agreement on is moving his meter and then just repairing whatever leak that is visibly on the surface leaking. Not a new line, not a new line replacement, just moving the meter and fixing whatever current leaks exist within that line.
That'd be A, or B,
Replace the whole line.
Replace the whole line.
Or C, we investigate to see how many actual issues there are before we decide whether or not to do the entire line at once, because there might only be 2.
You're right,
Or
right.
I could walk that line.
or maybe dig that one spot that's,
Right.
and
It's
then
already
tap it
dug
and
out
see if
pretty much,
there's
blown out.
anything going that way, and then we got a little
Yeah,
distance
I
to
guarantee you what it is where they hooked on to the old line with that new line. It's probably wasn't done right. It's because it's, I was told it's two different sets of pipe, different kind of pipe.
But so, I don't remember the being on the east side of the driveway though.
It was on the east side. I was
I
there.
thought it was on the west.
No, it's on the east side.
Well, if it's anything like the guy down there by
But it's
the.
both?
Well, it could have been, like I said, I just know the east side because I went down there and it was on the east side of the driveway.
I know
There
where
are
I was
boxes on
working
the
for the
east
city.
side, so I'm assuming your line is right there.
On Pecan, at one point over that Labor Day weekend, we ran into 3 totally different styles of pipe. Everything from black thin wall, black poly to 2-inch PVC.
Like this.
So I'm gonna be finding a mixture of both of those.
Find a
But
copper
I
fitting in
think
the middle of the pipe.
And then you find,
It's
you know,
the
we have to
one
understand that he is responsible to hook that, his water lines.
So we're talking, because that would be what, the tap's fee's what, $450? So we would have to charge him a $450 tap fee in order to move that meter to his house. Because he's getting a new meter tapped in, he's basically tapping into the main, more or less, right?
But didn't you already pay that for this meter?
No, nobody pays a
That
tap
could be
fee.
a tap.
You pay the $150 deposit, because the meter's already there.
Because we're moving it due to something that's no fault of his.
Right.
So then why would we charge him $500 to do that, to rectify?
Can we split the difference with him?
I mean, I'm not against that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's, okay, that's because we were just saying something about if he moves it, that's a new tap.
No, I said he has to have a plumber hook it up.
Okay, I got you.
Because he can't hook it up.
And if we need to replace the whole line, you know, if we're gonna do it right, but I'd like to see us at least try to look and see what we're walking into before we just start.
What's the cost of the meter? Just the meter itself, just the pipe.
$295 or $395, I can't remember, but it's one of the two. I wanna say it's $395.
So it'd be almost a
Yeah, basically.
Well, they got screwed that plan.
Yeah.
I was thinking that could be the compromise was, hey, it's a brand new fancy.
Can we not just move the existing meter?
It's quite old.
That's why I was saying abandon it, just dump that thing. Put
So-
brand new in there.
What do they do to your whole meter box?
So they're
Going through the
still have
meter?
it going through.
Correct. So if you're down there fixing that one, fix hers.
Mine's not right there on the south end of it.
It's not just straight
Yeah.
shot.
Oh, okay.
Get the extra one pulled
Yeah,
out
just
of
get
there.
that one
And it's
out
full.
there. Do a straight line instead of meter.
I'm kind of with what Jenna said. I would say let's go put our eyes on it, physically look at it, see what we've got. And then tell them, say, okay, we're gonna come take a look and then we'll make our decision. Yes, at the end of the day, we will move the meter, but we need to decide
Well, should
now
we,
What all are we gonna do?
what
what
should
are
we look
we
at, maybe, yeah, capping it and seeing if there's any water that goes from here to that? That would work.
What we'll do is dig up the water line leading from the meter to their property. And at some point where it enters their gate or under the fence, whatever, that's when we place the
It'll
line.
be outside.
Yeah, it would be outside of his gate.
Yes.
But we wouldn't wanna dig the whole spot up.
That's my point,
Cap.
yeah.
Right, so we
And so
dig
we
up
would
about,
cap that original.
about 6 foot length, that way you can
Yeah.
find the line, make sure that it's safe to dig on, you know, connect to, and then the actual hooking of the meters doesn't that different. Because we just connect from their side and our side together on the right.
So then how are we gonna be able to walk the line and see if there are other leaks and things inside of it? How do you do that?
You just,
Physically.
the line's running from the meter all the way down, I mean, you can see where it's leaking.
Yeah.
I mean, it's visible.
What I'm saying is, why wouldn't we just dig that spot up, temporary, have it for a moment, turn the water on and see if the meter moves, and if it doesn't, then we're good this whole distance, in my mind. Is that not-
But he
I
already
see what you're
says
saying.
that right
Yeah.
here, there's water above. the
Oh,
line.
is there?
Yes.
Yeah.
So there's two?
Possibly two.
Oh, okay, see, I've only seen this one, because it's
The
like.
one
Right,
right
back.
next to the driveway is the one where it's the most active.
So walk that out,
Okay.
see what you can
Sorry, I thought
see
it was
possible
just-
leaks. And then,
And if we do have to do it, we have to do it, but I'd rather know before we just promise.
And that service line is pretty well blown
Will
out. I
be.
mean, I could almost probably reach down in there and fill it. So
and
that's-
more like I said, it's right where they cooked the two pipes together, because it was right there, probably in that area, it was east of the driveway.
Did we talk about needing to do another meeting?
We're gonna have a special
So we
meeting.
might try for that, or we need to do it, so we can discuss it quickly. Yeah.
Okay.
6.3.
603, consideration discussion action on DQ consent order.
I have sent out the DEQ consent order to everybody to talk about the 6 violations that we have. 2 of them was for the right car situation. I have sent them notification and proof that that has been completed. They will take that off of the violation, so it'll take some amount off of like 70,000 or whatever. There's a couple other ones we have to set him up with this tomorrow so he can start getting them. There's a 2-year period that he and Skinner said that DEQ, that he said that Joe can use it like a practice to show him a couple times how to like set up or whatnot. And then we have them meeting tomorrow 11:30 with them.
Who all do we have from here for that?
Nathan.
Thank you.
And plan on taking for
Okay. And
Which,
Stefan.
on that same note, like I said, there is a way that we can actually, whatever it is, the 6,000 or whatever things that are there. We can technically go after Ryan with that, because he did put a lien on his property. We
Well,
can sue him the whole 9 yards to recoup that.
I'm confused because I thought the leak was in the property across the street from his property.
I was,
Well, there's 2 issues.
Two issues.
Okay.
it was him when he went out there and fired up the pump and started pumping out his pond.
Okay. And that's one of the
That's
things.
one of the violations.
Okay.
And so we take the hit for it,
Right.
but we can recoup it by going after him to recover it.
Well, it'd be a utility thing anyway, as far as it's concerned.
And I have that saved on my phone for
Watch out, you like swimming, shopping.
So,
Let's not get
tomorrow
into
in the
that.
meeting, present that to them.
right.
And see what
That's
they
gonna
say.
be one of my questions, is
Yeah.
what, you know,
Since we
I
had
understand
nothing to do with that.
we're being
Yeah.
held responsible, but because we
It's
didn't know
his
anything
action.
about it, we
Yeah.
didn't tell him to do it,
Yeah.
we can go after him, and if he doesn't
Or
want
they
to
could-
reimburse for it, we can
But they
actually
can-
put a lien on his property.
But they could actually take it off and then fine him for it.
But I also
We still
feel
get held
like
responsible.
it went on for so long that, I don't know.
It doesn't matter how long it's been on, he didn't have the authority or the right to start.
But if something, he did something that we didn't know about,
Yeah.
then
It's
And
irrelevant how
not
long
only
it's
that,
going on, he
we
did
have a
something.
legal bypass hooked up, and he unhooked our equipment and was still running sewage into his parking lot.
Okay. Can we,
We
so
need
like
to
I
have that, we need to take that documentation.
yes.
So I'm gonna be out of town starting the 19th. Could we have a special meeting before that so that we can discuss what happened in the meeting and we can get Stefan's viewpoint on it after he's
Put the audio or whatever we get it for, so we can really review it.
Now, as soon as I get back in the office, I
Okay.
can download it.
And then we'll add 305.
Yeah.
The 19th.
Yeah, which is a Wednesday. So we can, basically 2 weeks from now.
So a
So
special
the
meeting
18th?
before the 19th.
Yeah, like the 11th or the 18th maybe. Since I know Tuesday works better for a lot of people.
I'm just thinking if the meeting's tomorrow, by the time Brittney gets it loaded, if we do the 11th, that only gives us a short amount, everybody a short amount. But if we go, I know that's putting it right before the day of leave.
I have my stuff packed like 3 days ahead of time, so
I
we're
would
good.
imagine. So, I know for my situation, next week's gonna be with my daughter moving everything of hers up to my house and then getting her to college on Saturday. The odds of me trying to get too much done next week.
So should we try for the 18th
I think
then?
that's the other one.
Okay. So then we will table this until special meeting.
Special meeting.
Oh, so sorry, Heather second.
Sean, yes.
James, yes. Okay, 614, consideration discussion action on utility department licenses and handoffs from town clerk.
This is mine, and I know we already discussed about this a lot already. So basically then what I would like to see is if you can, have the water testing calendar built by the end of this week.
Okay.
And then we can go ahead and make sure that that shows up on the phone and everything for the utility side. I will, if I'm coming in Thursday anyway to look at the building, I can swap the battery out in that laptop. And then when everything else comes in, we can set up the workstation, but at least then you have an actual computer to actually start training that EDMR stuff. And then where are we at on getting your Class C?
We just renewed my need.
Okay.
And we did the host class.
Okay. When is the next Class C training, do you know?
Because I've got my meeting coming up, it's already scheduled for the beginning of September.
Great.
For me to get my D, and then I'll look into the Class C, because we cannot run. If you want her to fully step away,
Yep.
100%.
Then we need a C and D on the utility
He
side.
has got to have a C
Yep.
according to DEQ
Yep.
in order to do, what is it, it's not the EDMRs.
Because our system discharges, it has
Yep.
to be.
Yep.
So you have to have a C license on.
No, I
all
get
of
it, I
those.
do, which is why I'm wanting to, get this done as soon as possible. So then let's try to have that done, if nothing else, scheduled by the end of next month, if not completed by then. And then is there anything else that needs priority to come off your plate? Or is that the water testing, the EDMR entries?
The calendar, EDMR, that all kind of combined.
And the
into
Class C?
one. Yeah.
Okay.
Good.
I think that works Friday, I'm not sure.
Okay.
6.5, consideration and discussion action on the water testing plan.
Kind of goes with 6.4.
Yep.
6.6, consideration and discussion action on the Midco diving proposal.
I'm just putting that on hold, I'm not putting it back on there, because you were getting clarification on like what their agreement was with that. They haven't emailed me back.
It was, we wanted it in writing that.
Yeah,
we
like,
didn't-
yeah.
Yeah, that we accepted it and we didn't have to actually do the thing for 18 months.
Let's see, 6.7, consideration discussion action on utility agreements.
I kind of what I was talking about with Iowa Travel, whatever,
Yeah.
like the RIP grant, I need to know where the funds are coming from first before I move forward with the one for
I
RIP
think we
grant.
probably need to figure out, I think that's the next. 6.8, consideration discussion action on equipment quotes and grants. So we need to decide, I guess, if we get two bids.
Oh, there you go. Okay. We had three quotes together.
So I guess we're gonna have that special meeting tomorrow with those three quotes.
For equipment, so we're next.
What,
We gotta decide which one we want.
Yeah, we got some from, I was able to get a hold of Bobcat
Okay.
and found out that I was going through the wrong channel, I apologize. But got it from corporate and they gave us basically what John Deere, or not John Deere, Caterpillar's, what their version of what Caterpillar is, and then what their version, just a little bit step above,
Okay.
what it would give and what the cost would be.
And that's just for the excavator?
Excavator and with a thumb, and, basically what the guys,
Right.
what Spencer said that they wanted in their specs.
I do need to keep that up for cat, like, right there, so it's like a more professional.
That one?
I heard a noise,
Did you check our
It
cameras?
looks like it's still running, so.
Mike, did you see the red flash?
It's
It's at the very bottom.
Go ahead, Dad.
Man, you scared me. Yeah, so there's right at the very bottom where it's running.
Heard a noise.
Thank you. No.
Sound like that, you did.
Thank you.
the actual
I didn't even
description of.
Yeah, but just like a quote, you know, because if I bring them numbers written down on a piece of paper, they're gonna talk.
Well, no, I emailed it to Brittney. I'm
Okay.
sorry, I didn't have your email.
Okay.
I will, hey, when we get done,
I got you.
I'll write down your email,
Okay.
and then I will forward that Bobcat on to you.
Okay.
Just remember, it's Spencer with a C, right?
Yes, let's see, yeah. But you know what's funny?
S-Y?
It's still with 2 S's on Google because that's how we set it up in the first place.
I thought I fixed that, I'm sorry.
Okay.
See it every day.
Number 6.9, consideration, discussion, and action on the Grant Street project.
Done and completed.
And the pipe was collapsed, it wasn't shrinking, that was slabs.
Sewer lines running, everything good. Can't go through there.
As of right now, it
Seems to be fine.
6:10, consideration, discussion, action on the well house project.
Okay, done, it's completed. Now, we had some issues, we had to call out Smith Pump and Supply to come check out the actual pump because it had been a long time since it had been fired up, and there was no power to the well house for the 220. Now, the 110 was there because the overhead light worked. So they came out, checked, said power wasn't there. I said, okay, got in touch with OG&E, took them the better part of about 11, 12 days to show up. And they said that there is power coming from the pole now. There was something wrong with the transformer. They had to change out the fuse, something to that effect. So now the power's running back to it. Here's the last and final issue we have with getting that well house online. So we have 2 chlorine pumps, one for that well house, one for that well house. That chlorine pump hadn't been used in a long time in that well house. So there's some issues with it, and Joe has been looking at it, getting it fixed up and getting ready to go. And once that happens, then we will have to flush the system. And over the course of 24 hours, there's a whole process I've gone over with Travis. And once that's good to go, then it'll be up and running completely.
And we've got the new risers and everything to make that compliant and everything, the 4-inch
Yeah,
risers and everything.
If OR did their job as proper, then yes.
You guys been in to look at it?
Yeah, we looked at it, but I wouldn't know if they had the right or the wrong riser on it just by looking at it.
Also, they involved, they put the valve in there, that's gonna help a lot too.
Yeah.
People shut down.
Yeah, so you can shut it down.
And they talked to us about, at some point, putting in a valve on the other well house for us for future use as well.
Okay. 6:11, consideration, discussion, action on Oklahoma lift station quote.
I don't have a quote from Warren yet on that. We know that both motors have quit, both sensors have quit for the floats. They're gonna give us a quote on, I talked to them the other day, on, rebuild them all as a whole thing, because they're gonna have to rebuild and put a new ladder in. They're gonna do a new electrical panel, they're gonna set up our service, like when the alarms go off, it's supposed to send a signal to the utility phone. They're gonna set that back up, and, their lift station's a big one on, they said that for the last couple of years when they put new ones in, there's actually, a deal that they have, like, they're putting a bypass on our existing lift station, so if something goes wrong, we'll have the availability to have a pump and bypass into a hub or tube, whatever, that will shoot, so it doesn't bypass on the ground. So I told him to go ahead and bring a quote with that on it and off of it, just in case you guys want to see the difference or whatever. But he has not sent over that yet. He does need to know, I don't know what the paperwork is for it, but he needs to know how deep it is and what size of pipes are in there. Pretty sure before,
Those maps, the lines, the lines.
yeah, I'm pretty sure they're 4 inches, I just don't know the difference. But maybe.
The plans.
Wells and stuff. I think there is,
For the pumps? Lift station?
Yeah, for lift stations. The whole pump station. I'm almost sure. I was looking through the plans.
Can you look tomorrow and get that information for Spencer, and I'll pass that.
6:12, consideration, discussion, action on utility vehicles, air conditioning.
That was me, I was just curious, there was something said that the Tahoe, yeah. So that,
Yeah, it's right, we call windows down.
Is it the compressor that's out, or?
I mean, it's blowing, but it's supposed to be.
Well, okay, but I mean, is the compressor?
I couldn't tell.
Well, I mean, but yeah, Yeah, if it's lost, yeah, but if it goes too low, it's not going to kick in. It's evidently not burned up, because it's not, hasn't locked up.
Right,
Right.
So-
You're still running.
Might just have to test it, I mean, might just have to go to Walmart or somewhere and get the can free on.
I've got a deal that Spencer, I've got a deal that we can try to shoot something to it, but it has, maybe we could just talk to Matt up here and just have him put his gauges on it and see if he can just recharge it.
Yeah.
Or like I said, go to Walmart, because they got that stuff at Walmart, stuff, indicator stuff.
Yeah, but see,
He's saying pre-check before you ever do anything to it, then don't waste time. Because if it's too low, it won't even take pressures equalizer inside and outside, it will not take the ground.
You can shoot it in there, but it's not going to operate correctly. But, and if the orifice tube has been compromised, you can shoot it all day long, but if it's just gonna sit there and circulate. But by having Matt up there put his system on there that he's got, he can pull a vacuum on it and he can, do the leak test. That'll tell us if there is a problem with the expansion valve or evaporator, condenser, whatever, and then if nothing else, I mean, we're talking a couple $100.
Right.
Triple H will up there across from AutoZone for about $150 recharge system.
Yeah, just get it in, have a look at it.
Okay.
Okay, number 7, new business.
So we've talked a lot tonight about digging up and replacing lines, excavators, all these things. Have we made any progress on the water rates that we talked about either last regular meeting or meeting
I
before?
talked to Travis at the last meeting, our RWA was doing a rate study. He said that he'll pull ours back out, but we're getting together to discuss the schedule of dates for December to control the project that was right now. There's a lot to it, just.
This is what I've discussed with you guys before, and I just gave it on the agenda in time, so I'd love for new business. That's the template that we're considering sending out for delinquency. It gives you 90 days, and it gives you 90 days to basically pay whatever you owe, broke down over 3 payments. So over that 90-day period, and then, but you also require your bill that month as well. If at the end of the 90 days you're not paid in full, it's your turn off.
So there's a new business, we can't talk a whole bunch about it, but can you put that on the agenda for the special meeting? And we
Yeah,
actually-
I just issued it to all of you guys to give you a chance to look at it if you have any issues with it before it gets put on the agenda for the next meeting. Then we can have alterations or anything you want to change to it between now and then.
Great.
I do recall that we asked about the last meeting, and stuff and stuff, about also we have the, like, we don't have that with the 14 or whatever.
What's that on,
Do what?
Yeah, but we don't have the bill to them to.
Okay.
Right.
But that's the thing for campus.
So, Spencer got me the Cat 1 pins for the brush hog. Working on getting those put back in place. I'm having a little bit of trouble with the actual brush hog. I believe we're missing a couple of pieces as far as the top of it. So that way it'll pick it up and it won't just sit there and be like a dog and leg. But I'm still doing some more research on trying to find that old brush hog's parts breakdown. But our main problem with the tractor right now is the steering cylinder. It is sprung in the actual cylinder itself.
So,
I talked to 405 Tractor today, which is a Branson dealer, our closest one. You're tapping on $2,500 for a new cylinder. So there's a couple places in Oklahoma City, and Travis wasn't available for me to talk to in Napa. and talk to him about it to see what, you know, kind of a ballpark figure we'd be looking at to have everything built. That's definitely gonna be, because basically, as soon as you turn the tractor on, it's leaking, and then as soon as you turn the wheel, I shot Joe in the leg with it. Right, when you turn to the right, or when you turn to the left, right? Yeah. It, it'll coat the tires.
So it doesn't leak when you turn it left?
Oh, no, it leaks both ways. It's just
Go
one
this
way.
way.
One way it's kind of sucking, but still dripping. The other way, it's a full blown.
It'd be like, just pretend you're a NASCAR.
It's always blessed, man. Quick update for you, Spencer, on the ballpark. I ran into a little bit of a mechanical issue on my tractor with it overheating. Pretty sure my water pump is going out because just unloading my daughter's hay yesterday got the temperature up there pretty good. So I'm working on getting on that, and then I'm gonna try to get it done hopefully by the end of the month. It's supposed to try to cool off, and if I have, you know, we got some new lights where we can at least, if nothing else, we can start brush hogging at night, whatever. But it is on our to-do list. I just kind of run into a few snags on my tractor.
Gotcha.
Mine ain't big enough.
No.
I got a brush hog, but that mine ain't big enough.
Mine, Hunter's having to go like first, second gear.
No, I played that game where I went through with it
sharpened
and
that
then
blade,
middle, and
keeps
then
going in there, sharpening the blades just to make sure it cuts knives. But it's,
Yeah, I've done it years. And we have any progress on figuring out what we're doing with the fire hydrant?
Mike told me that thing would not be closed, so look the other way on it.
We thought we could get into the top of it. Just replace
That's just not Mike working on that.
Fire hydrant for now.
Yeah, because there's a whole lot of water being wasted.
Yeah, there's a
I'll give you
guy
my spot over on that.
at ORWA that does training on hybrid repair that Travis was talking to me about, and I think it's definitely something we need to look into.
Yeah, because I think probably the same thing we talked about, was we should be able to get a surplus from somebody.
Right.
Get a second-hand one surplus or something.
Okay. Is that it? On new business?
I move that we adjourn.
I say adjourn.
Heather, yes.
Okay, Jane, yes. Hold up, Stephanie.
I had that earlier.
I got some stuff I can spray out there.
That's what we want, man.
Oh, I spray it on there, it'll be brown by nightfall.
Yeah.
There's some spots out there that we
And I didn't do it on purpose, but it's that urea dosage.
I bought some of that Spectre Science stuff at Walmart. Oh, like 3 bottles, 3 gallons, 25. And I got hundreds, and I got them.
And I'll make sure to get that squared away. Yeah, you did. I remember you talking about it, and I just didn't get around to it.
That was very cool. I was trying to try an account.
Yep.
Oh,
Like a lot of.
Yeah, shoot a text or whatever, you got my number. Like I said, I've got to be in Norman and deals, so that's why they didn't
Yeah, so,
be that
okay.
long.
That's all right. So, Thursday.
I sprayed that.
Are you gonna be there at 9:30? As long as it's around 2 of us.
Yeah. But I won't know until tomorrow today.
Thank you.
And the one is real. You drive by and look in the gravel spots